Alright, so here we have Bitcoin on Bybit on the 1 hour. As you can see, we have broken back into the bottom of the range. Looks like we're coming down possibly for a retest. We did break the 21. It seems like it's curling over a bit, but I mean, we could wick down to the 50, but as long as we close above this last low, we still have a higher low. Now, we did, let me see here. Let's see what we closed at. Let's see, close 2360. And so we have a hint of bearish divergence. I mean, it's barely bearish divergence, but I think that move has already played out. So your RSI, neutral median zone, looks like you're heading down past the neutral median line. Well, we're only on this tick right now, so we'll find out. We need to get back above 2321 in order to cross this signal line. So a little ways away. And let's see here, MACD fresh cross to the downside. Negative momentum is increasing. Your vol is still high. BBWP is in the upper zone. Looks like it's going to try to work its way up to the moving average. Find out whether if we can cross that moving average, I think the volatility continues. But if it doesn't, I think you could range here for a while, possibly between 2400 and 19800. So, like I said before, we could get a wick down to the 50 and still be in good shape. Now, if we break the 50, I would expect this to come all the way back down to this purple region at basically 19K. If we break that, that's when we get a bounce at 18,500 in my opinion, ultimately working our way down to 16,500. And that would, the bearish case is that we also enter the bearish control zone, and we would probably find support on the 41.8 level right here. But ultimately, I think we would go deeper in the bearish control zone after getting a retest of the top. That would also imply that the MACD, which has a strong downside curvature right now, but like I said, we are on the current tick, so we'll find out. Negative momentum is increasing on the histogram, and I would expect that to continue to increase sharply if we do enter the bearish control zone. So your bullish case is that you break this last high, 2360. If that happens, I would expect a minor rejection at the 2740 region, but ultimately I think you would work your way up to 21,680 in the top of this range. That would also imply that this MACD gets back above the signal line, which we would need to get above 2670. And as long as we stay above 17,839, we will stay above that signal line. So like I was saying, we break 18K, 1650s in the cards. Honestly, I think if we break 19K, 1650s in the cards. We need to get back above 2280 in order to turn this around and start to go up. So we will stay tuned and find out. That would also imply that this RSI gets, let me see, come on, TradingView. Come on. All right. That would also imply that we get back above this neutral median line and get above this signal line if we can break the top of this region. I think we would get in the bullish control zone if we can break the top. That's what I'm saying. I think we would work our way up, get a minor rejection at the 2740 region, and work our way up to 21,680. So those are my thoughts for Bitcoin. Let's go to the daily real quick. So here on the daily, we're pretty deep in the bearish control zone, but we are above the signal line. So we could be trying to work our way up. Now, on the daily, let's see here. Okay, so on the daily, we have a fresh cross to the upside on the MACD. Positive momentum is increasing. Vol seems to be consolidating a bit. As you see, your BBWP is testing that moving average. So basically what I'm saying is short-term correction could be in the cards, but medium term, I think we could still work our way up to the top of this range, possibly even the 50 on the daily, which would be the 25K mark. So we will find out. If you guys are liking this video so far, like and subscribe to the channel. Check out the links in the description below. Let's move on to Ethereum. So here on Ethereum, pretty nice. Besides for the fact that it looks like we're making a lower low. So if we break the 21, we probably come down to the 50 and 200 at 1100. If we can bounce and get back above this high at 1164, I think we work our way up to this purple region. Right now, your RSI is in the neutral median zone. Below that signal line, looks like you barred it down on the RSI here. MACD, fresh cross to the downside, negative momentum's increasing on the histogram. Now, it looks like you could consolidate. We're far below the moving average right now. We are above the midline as well. And you're starting to print a light blue BBWP line. So, bullish case. Get back above this high at 1165. And get in the bullish control zone. Get above that signal line. We will find resistance at the bottom of the bearish control zone and the signal line, which will work its way down to there as we move up if we are bullish. We need to get back above 1165 in order to cross that signal line to the upside. That would also imply that this MACD turns around. Right now we are on the current tick before the crossover. Actually 2 ticks. So we need to get that back above. I mean, as you can see, sometimes it'll go below it for a minute and then just pop right back up. You know, like right here. You know, it crossed, pop back up. You know, crossed, stayed down for just a second, barred it up, started working our way up. Right now we're being held up by the 21. Bearish case is that we break this neutral median line and MACD continues its downside curvature, starts printing dark red bars sharply, and as your vol turns around, gets back above that moving average. Bullish case is that break 1165. I do think we would work our way up to 1250. That would also imply that we get into the bearish control zone, and as your vol turns up. Let's move on to Solana. Solana, like we said, if we got up here and broke the 200, we were probably going to go up past this diagonal trend line. Now, the thing is this a fake out? Because we came down for a retest, and usually you would think you'd get a resumption up. But you couldn't break that last high at the 3675 region on a closure. Excuse me. Right now we're being held up by the 200. Now, this could be a fake out as well. If Bitcoin goes up, obviously this is going to cross this diagonal trend line again. If that happens on a 1 hour closure, I think we break the $36 mark. Right now your RSI is testing the top of the bearish control zone. MACD, fresh cross to the downside, negative momentum is increasing as your vol heads up. So Solana doesn't look too good right now. As long as we stay above the 50, though, we can still be in good shape. But we have to stay above that 50, because if not, probably going to work our way down to the 133.40, possibly get a wick all the way down to 32.70. We break 32.70 and get deep in this bearish control zone. As your MACD continues its downside curvature, negative momentum increasing on the histogram, I think we come all the way down to $31. And so that's what I'm looking at for Solana. If we can break this last high, $36, think we work our way up to $40. That would also imply that we break this signal line to the upside and turn your MACD around, break its signal line to the upside, and start printing some dark green bars on the histogram. It'll take a minute, I think. Right now, it looks like we are trying to break the 200. But like I said, we come to the 50 and still be in good shape. So we will find out right now. Bitcoin's down 2.3%. Ethereum's down 2%. Solana's down about 6%. All right, so saying that, everyone have a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, and I will see you tomorrow.